Hello guys, just one more for today, and I want to impart some help for parents and children. Father's Day is more about family, and Ted was 21 years older than me, so that's a big difference. And raising children with two generations of ideas. He learned how to be a parent from his mother and father, and I learned how to be a parent from my family, but they were a generation apart. You know what I mean? So I wanted to share some insight and things that we shared with our children. Teddy's father was the son of a rabbi, and one of the big things was don't get tattoos. The police can identify you from that. Teddy's father told him that when he was 10 years old. I'm going to leave that right there, but it's true. They do find out who you are from tattoos. The other thing Teddy told our boys that his father told him, and I don't know why you would tell this to a 10-year-old boy. Maybe Joe was afraid he was going to die young, but it was, if you ever find yourself in a woman's bedroom and she wants you to do something for her, do it and get the hell out of there fast. Don't argue, don't fight, because she'll always scream, and then you get in trouble. Just do what she wants and get the hell out of there fast. I do not know why you would tell that to a child, but those are two really important things from Teddy's family. His mother was just simply, if somebody said, I'd like to talk to you about Donald, that was his name back then because there was a lot of Theodores in the family, so they called him Donald. She would just start hitting him with the broom until somebody said, no, he did something good. And she said, well, that's for the next time. Now, my family's Irish, and my father's Protestant, my mother Catholic, and Saturday nights it was the fights, and then Sunday it was church. And they worked it out, and we ended up Presbyterian, which is a nice in the middle. It's got all the same prayers as the Catholics, it just doesn't have a priest. So it's kind of like in the middle. So that's what everybody became Presbyterian. And we were left up to, whatever we wanted. My father, it was a strap. If you were going to do something wrong, you had to be prepared. My mother, it was, oh, Gail, she could break your heart. Give me a knife, I'll cut my own heart out. Those are stories from our childhood. And my reasoning for saying these stuff and sharing these stories is, I miss Teddy, it's Father's Day. We would always laugh at the stories from when he was a child, because that's the only rule book he had to be a father himself. You learn from your environment. And Teddy's environment was a Depression child. He was a child born during the Great Depression to a Jewish family, no less. And the family had an identity crisis. There's no manual. When a baby is born, there's no manual. It doesn't come out holding a book saying how to be a parent. And Dr. Spock never raised a child. He wrote books about it, but he never raised a child. Maybe Mrs. Spock did, but he didn't. There's no rule book. Once you hear that cry, you're flying by the seat of your pants. You're doing what you think is right. You're doing the best you can. Children, everything you do reflects on your family. Believe it or not, at some point somebody's going to say, who owns this little rip? Somebody grab him by the britches and give him a kick in the arse. And that's what they're going to do. So, parents, remember, everybody's looking at you and looking at your children. And children, remember, everybody's looking at you and looking at your parents. Because that's what a family is. You can't divide them. When people look at parents, they see what children are going to become. And children, When they look at your behavior, they think to themselves, what must their parents be like? If that kid is like that. So, everybody, it's Father's Day. Sit down, tell your children about your childhood. Kids, sit there and talk to your parents. Let them know what's going on out there. The difference between 25 years ago when they were kids and now. I love you. Happy Father's Day. Family is everything, and don't ever forget that.